You've seen the ads, right? The gurus, the flashy promises about YouTube automation. It gets thrown around like it's some secret key to unlocking passive income, a total revolution in how content gets made. And let's be honest, sometimes it sounds like a complete and total scam. So today we are going to pull back that curtain and figure out what is really going on.
I mean, this is the pitch, isn't it? This is the dream they're selling. The idea of faceless cash cow channels that just run themselves. They're supposedly making you money while you sleep, and you never even have to show your face on camera. It is an incredibly tempting idea, and for a lot of people, it sounds way too good to be true. And that really is the million-dollar question we have to answer. Is this a legitimate, forward-thinking strategy for a modern creator, or is it just a trap designed to prey on that dream of getting rich quick? To really get to the bottom of this, we first have to unpack what people even mean when they use that phrase YouTube automation.
You know, a huge part of the reason this whole topic is so confusing is because the term itself isn't really defined. When someone says YouTube automation, they could be talking about one of three wildly different things. One is basically just standard business practice. Another is a cutting-edge technological shift. And the last one? Well, that one can get your channel completely shut down.
Okay, so it really boils down to these three roles. First up, you've got the team builder. This is just a fancy way of saying you're outsourcing work to other people, just like any growing business. Then you have the efficiency expert, who's using AI and other tools to work smarter, not harder. And finally, you have the cheater, who is literally trying to fake their way to the top. These are fundamentally different approaches, so let's break each one down, starting with the most legitimate one.
So first, the team builder. In this world, automation is really just a buzzword for outsourcing. It's about delegating all the heavy lifting, the time-consuming parts of making videos to other people, like freelancers or agencies. This isn't some new, secret trick. Seriously, the biggest YouTubers have been doing this for more than a decade to scale up.
So what kind of work gets handed off? Well, it's usually the stuff that takes the most time. Video editing can take like an hour for every single finished minute of video. Creating those perfect must-click thumbnails, that takes real design skill. And just managing a channel, dealing with SEO, analytics, responding to comments, that's a full-time job right there. Outsourcing helps creators avoid burnout, pump up the quality, and most importantly, keep a consistent schedule, which the algorithm absolutely loves.
Okay, let's get to our second definition, the efficiency expert. Now this is where things start to feel really futuristic. We're shifting from outsourcing to people to leveraging technology, specifically artificial intelligence. This is all about using some incredibly powerful new tools to build what you could call your own personal content machine, one that helps you make more stuff way faster.
And we're not just talking about one or two little tools here. A whole ecosystem of what you could call AI teammates has just exploded onto the scene. These are apps and platforms built to help with literally almost every single step of making a video, from brainstorming that very first idea all the way to hitting that publish button.
Think of it like a digital production line. You've got tools like Google's VO that can create video clips just from you typing a sentence. Then there are editors like Descript, where you literally edit your video just by deleting words from a text document. It's wild. And then you have tools like Opus Clip, which can analyze a long video and automatically pull out the most viral-worthy clips for you to post as shorts or on TikTok.
Now, the real game changer here isn't about replacing human creativity. Not at all. It's about augmenting it. The whole point is to let the AI handle the boring, repetitive work, like generating a bunch of first draft thumbnail ideas or transcribing hours of footage. This frees you, the creator, up to focus on what humans do best. The strategy, the storytelling, and adding that final creative touch that makes a video really, truly great.
So these tools are amazing on their own, but the real magic, the absolute wizardry, happens when you start connecting them all together. So now we're going to look at the actual blueprint for an AI content factory, a system that can take one single, simple idea and turn it into a finished published video almost entirely on its own.
Check this out. Here's how a fully automated pipeline can actually work. It all starts when a creator just drops one idea into a Google Sheet. That single action kicks off a whole chain reaction. An AI writes a script, an AI voice records it, another AI finds all the visuals. Then a tool automatically stitches everything together into a video file. And finally, using APIs, which are kind of like digital messengers that let apps talk to each other, the final video is uploaded to YouTube automatically. The entire thing, from one line of text to a published video, just runs by itself. And you know, this quote from a developer just perfectly captures that feeling of seeing one of these workflows in action for the first time. Something that would have taken days of manual work can now be put together in a few hours, maybe even minutes. For solo creators or small teams who want to scale up, it's an absolute game changer.
Okay, so we've seen the legitimate, super powerful side of automation. But now we have to talk about the dark side. This is that third definition, the one that gets people into a world of trouble and gives this whole concept a really bad name. This is where automation stops being a tool and crosses the line into becoming a trap.
So this version of automation is all about one thing: faking engagement. We're talking about buying subscribers, buying views, buying likes, anything to artificially inflate a channel's numbers. The goal is to trick the YouTube algorithm into thinking a video is popular so it pushes it out to more real people. But let's be crystal clear. This is a direct violation of YouTube's policies. It is cheating, plain and simple.
And it's not just about breaking the rules, it's a financial black hole for the people who fall for it. A recent New York Times piece found that people who buy into these online courses that promise instant cash cow channels using these shady tactics, well, they often end up losing thousands of dollars. Some of the people they interviewed lost as much as $20,000 with absolutely nothing to show for it but a dead channel.
So the most important thing here is understanding the difference. When you use it the right way, automation is one of the most powerful tools a creator can possibly have. But when it's sold as a get-rich-quick scheme, it becomes a really dangerous trap.
So this is the final takeaway, right? The two paths you can take. On one side, legitimate automation, both building a team and using AI tools, is a force multiplier. It empowers real creators to make more and better original content. The trap, the scam version, is the complete opposite. It promises a shortcut that just doesn't exist, and it always relies on breaking the rules, which inevitably leads to your channel getting terminated.
Ultimately, automation is really reshaping what it even means to be a creator. It's not a magic bullet, it's a powerful tool. And like any tool, its value depends entirely on the person who's wielding it. So that leaves us with one last question to think about. As AI builds these incredible content machines of the future, who is going to be the master and who will just be the ghost in it? Thanks for joining me for this explainer.